An extremely warm welcome to you all joining us live today on YouTube once again as Bradford Park Avenue return to home soil against Boston United.
Towards a Dunstan cuts inside, fantastic work by the fullback, comes back to Spencer right-footed, over to the left to Staunton looks up for options and finds Preston checks away from his man and gives it back to Staunton looking for a delivery, is forced all the way back to Spencer chips it into the channel. Preston might get there, and Preston does get there. No, he doesn't, unfortunately. The linesman does say it's gone out for a goal kick. Kicks away and plays it through the lines into Pollock. Pollock looking to get away, and it's done really good work by Simon Richmond. Steps in and goes all the way back to his keeper in Sykes Kenworthy, who does clear left-footed instead of on his muff. Of him, nothing given. Ball just bouncing about, scrappy between both times. Lancaster does well to come away with it, and it is in towards Preston. Preston up against the defender, and he does manage to just shepherd it back to his goalkeeper. Possession, and gives it to Lund. Lund got it wrong, unfortunately. It's dropped now for Pollock on his right foot. Fantastic tackle. What a recovery by Mitch Lund to bail himself out. That's a huge tackle, some 10 yards out. Right-footed. Crossed in by Nixon. It's headed away well by a Dunstan. Pollock will pick the ball up. He's going back towards his own goal. He dinks it in to and Becker with a nice little flick on, and Sykes Kenworthy gets there first. Good alert goalkeeping by the Avenue number 1. Into Fielding. Fielding turns in the midfield and looks to go diagonal towards Richmond. It's a good ball, and Richmond brings it down really well on his chest. Looked like there was a suspicion of handball, but play on nonetheless. Dunstan with the overlap wins the corner for the home side. Come on, the Avenue. Staunton left-footed now, delivers. Oh, and the keeper made a bit of a hash of that. Went for the punch, got something on it, but it dropped nicely and it almost went straight in. It's blocked well, and here's Dunstan, some 25 yards out. He's getting no option but to go back to Lancaster, and Lancaster needs to deal with it quickly, and he does, and he goes all the way across and unfortunately out for a throw-in. I think it's a half free kick anyway. Sam McClintock does win it, and he gets on with it quickly, gives it into Pollock, and Pollock with a tame strike, thankfully pretty close to Sykes Kenworthy, and he's able to save Becker, and Becker turns out and gives it to Nixon on the right hand side now. Boston looking for the gaps and the spaces in the Avenue backline. Not many being given so far. Here's Nixon on the right hand side, decides not to cross too early, goes back to McClintock. McClintock chips it into the channel, and then Becker gets there first, and it's played into the box. It's dangerous. Haven deals with it at the second time of asking, and out for an Avenue throw-in in the midfield for the away side. And Becker now back to McClintock. McClintock with his head up looking for a pass, drives towards Spencer. It's forced out to the right hand side where Pollock has now picked up the ball, crosses in left footed right, heads it back across. It's headed away well by Lund. It drops now for McClintock once more. Pollock just picking up positions wherever he can find space. Found himself on the left hand side after spending most of the game on the right hand side. It'll be delivered in now well by Ferguson, and it goes all the way through to Sykes Kenworthy, who judged it well, buzzing around, picking the ball up, looking for the spaces and the gaps, and Pollock chips it in behind, and here's McKinlock, and it's played in, and it's straight through Sykes Kenworthy and into the back of the net. I think it was Jake Wright, for the away side. To climb back up the table off the bottom. We're finding it with Telford at the moment. Telford, that's a fantastic ball, and Preston takes it down fantastically, and here's the side netting. It's an unbelievable pass by Sam Fielding. McClintock does strike, and he does hit it towards goal, and Sykes Kenworthy momentarily spilt that, and thankfully for him, nobody was really following it in for any rebounds. He manages to get a hold of it at the second time of asking. Avenue get us back underway. Boston have started this half quite well, to be honest, and here's Preston now for Avenue on the attack, looking to transition quickly. Preston cuts inside, gives it back to Fielding. Fielding takes a touch and strikes, and it's blocked well by Becker. It breaks for Preston. Here's Doherty. Doherty with a back heel to a Dunstan. A Dunstan will be able to chip it in, and it's back out to Fielding, and Fielding slices and out for a goal kick to the away side. Avenue certainly going to be delivered in. Spencer runs over it. Staunton will deliver. It's a good delivery in towards the 6-yard box. And has that gone out for a corner? It has, and Avenue will have another attempt to deliver a set piece with the delivery, left-footed, in-swinger, in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Haven gets there first, but he's in challenge with Becker, and it's managed to be cleared by the away side. Dunstan underneath the clearance. It's played back in. Can Haven get there? It's spilt, and unfortunately for Avenue, Sam Long is able to just get hands on the ball for him to be skipping past players. And here's Pollock, has carried the ball a long, long way, and he carries on, and eventually Richmond manages to kind of crowd him out, and Pollock looks tired. Good turn away from Longbottom. Longbottom now has got time. Put a foot on the ball. Can he deliver? Cummings has put him under pressure, and he's left with an option of Spencer to go back to. Spencer cuts back inside to Fielding. Fielding gets his head up, gives it to Richmond. Richmond into Dunstan. Can Dunstan find a cross? He can. It gives it to Richmond. It's build up, but no end product at the moment. Good touch inside to Preston. Preston looks to cross and out for a corner. Oh no, so a throw-in, sorry. Didn't quite. It's in the blind spot. Apologies. Lancaster does well. Straight back underway. Avenue just looking to keep the pressure going. Dunstan checks away from his man, away from Becker. Dunstan chips it in, great cross, and it's blocked on the line pretty much. A couple of yards out. Good delivery by Dunstan. It's a really cold evening here at the Horsfall Stadium. Can hardly feel my fingers. Doherty now brings the ball down for Avenue, under pressure, severe pressure from two bodies. He's playing the ball on the floor. Referee doesn't give anything. Ball breaking for Fielding, and Fielding able to play it straight into the channel. He's onside here is Preston. Preston backing into the defender. Oh, what's he shooting from that angle for? And straight out for a goal kick. Not really had to deal with a target man like striker for the first 70 minutes of this game. Staunton now carries the ball forward and drops it into Longbottom. Longbottom looking for an option, goes right-footed all the way across to Dunstan. Good first touch by the fullback. Dunstan now fronts Ferguson up, does really well, and it's into He's Preston, I believe. No, it's Richmond. Fantastic strike, great work by Lucas Dunstan. Drove the ball away from Keenan Ferguson, crossed it into the 6-yard box. Richmond takes one touch out of his feet, high into the net. Simon Richmond, I think that's his first goal of the season. Fantastic strike, high up into the top of the net. Avenue won, Boston won. They find a way back into this game, and the final 20 minutes now allow Avenue to go on in hunt of a winner. Fantastic from Avenue. Great work by Lucas Dunstan. Great assist in the opening 60-so minutes of this game. Avenue on the attack again here. Longbottom able to cross left-footed into Spencer. Spencer defends the ball well from the on-rushing defender. Goes back to Staunton. Staunton won't deliver from deep. He'll give it back to Longbottom. Longbottom will cross now in towards the 6-yard box. And no, it's just snapped away from Preston and cleared away well by Boston. Boston under real pressure here. Oh, such a soft free kick. The referee got in the way of play. Spencer tried to get around him, accidentally trips the Boston player, and he gives a cheap free kick. Boston scoring in the first half through Jake Wright. Avenue finding an equaliser some 10 minutes ago through Simon Richmond after great work by Lucas Dunstan. They've played well this half of Bradford Park Avenue. They've defended well. They've limited the away side to very little in the way of chances in this second half. There's no way. Is there a late winner in store? Blythe up with Pollock. Oh, that's a foul. Surely it breaks now for Spencer. Spencer carries it into the box. Checks back out to Richmond. Another strike. Actually, it was... Yeah, what? No, sorry. It was Preston who checked onto his right foot. Struck really well, but unfortunately for Avenue, it was straight down the keeper's throat. Ball able to play it back to Sykes Kenworth, and Avenue can launch a proper attack through. A hell of a long ball, that one. Drops nicely into the midfield with Richmond. Longbottom takes the ball down left-footed, gives it to Staunton. Staunton halfway inside the Boston half, gets his head up and does deliver from deep in towards Blythe! 2-1 to Avenue! What a finish by Jacob Blythe. Huge header, what a cross by Reece Staunton from deep, only halfway inside the Boston half, left-footed, whipped in towards the 6-yard box. Jacob Blythe with a big header. He isn't missing from there, isn't Jacob Blythe? And he does take the top goal scorer position from Jamie Spencer. Fantastic header from Jacob Blythe, the substitute. The substitutions have made a huge difference for the home side. Will Longbottom and Jacob Blythe especially. Fantastic delivery by Ray Staunton though to find Jacob Blythe. And Avenue do find a way to take the lead. Less than 10 minutes to go here at the Horsfall Stadium. Bradford Park Avenue 2, Boston United 1. His box, he sends everybody forward. Sam Long goes along in towards Shania Gordon. Haven gets there first. Fantastic work by the experienced centre-back, and Blythe can put Pollock under pressure. Does well, gives it into Cummings. Cummings gets a foot on the ball, lofts it in, and Hopper just gets a foot there first, but it does now break for Scott Pollock. Brown will deliver from deep, and Sykes Kenworthy comes and catches and pounces on the ball. Just allows himself to eke out another 10 or so seconds while he gets himself to his feet. Clock. Avenue 2, Boston 1. It'll be delivered by McClintock one more time. It's driven in and it's headed away well by Jacob Blythe. And that's the final whistle! Bradford Park Avenue 2, Boston United 1. They found themselves behind early in the first half to a Jake Wright goal. We're celebrating in the gantry, folks. Fantastic result for the Avenue.